Hello everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Trivial Turtle and today I'm going to talk about the things I am most excited for in Destiny 2, based on what we know so far. Now usually I'm a pretty critical person. I try to keep level-headed when bombarded by hype trains, but the sheer amount of things we saw in the gameplay reveal stream were too good to not talk about. So let's get started with number 5. Guided games. This is a new tool made by Bungie to ensure it will be much easier for solo players to find games that usually require a full team. What it does is match solo players with a clan that is looking for extras to fill out their fire team, ready to face the new raid or to destroy their opponents in PvP. I believe that this is Bungie's own way of integrating LFG sites, if you didn't know that's looking for group, into the game itself. In Destiny 2, we will be able to create clans that have specific requirements when playing with people. These specifications transfer to when the solo player is looking for a group to join in on. They can browse the clans looking for certain qualities that they find important. That include things like communicating with microphones or things like desired level as well. To be honest, I don't think this feature is getting enough limelight. That might be because of the current lack of information and hands-on experience from the community. But overall, I think this feature could be something that we won't be able to live without. It cuts out the process of going onto your phone or opening a tab on your PC just for looking for a group to join. They even mentioned it can be used for other minor activities like strikes, missions and patrols. That brings me to number 4, patrols. Or more specifically, the changes and additions from Destiny 1 patrols to Destiny 2. We only saw a brief amount of footage regarding the patrol changes, but they did go over what will be coming with them. First of all, we know of 4 areas we can explore. The European Dead Zone on Earth, Titan, a moon of Saturn, Io, a moon of Jupiter, and the machine world Nessus. We saw footage of these locations and they are so beautiful. They certainly don't disappoint. I cannot wait to make some Skybox videos of them. Bungie told us that these areas will be much bigger and have more things to do than Destiny 1, which is great news for those of us who used to run around the Cosmodrome collecting spin metal back in the day. We learned a few of the new things we can expect to see in these new spaces. NPCs will give us activities called adventures, and these will lead to places called lost sectors. They mentioned something called treasure maps too. And all of this sounds super interesting. This is what I wanted in Destiny 1. We did get an improvement with the Dreadnought in the Taken King expansion, and I guess we'll have to wait until people get more hands-on experience with the actual patrols before we go any further. But next up, at number 3, we've got PvP. Or Crucible if you prefer. Yeah, so we saw quite a lot of the PvP stuff, including some new UI elements, a new game mode, and some other really interesting information from the reveal itself. And from people in the community that attended the event and got to play the game itself. 6v6 and 3v3 seem to be scrapped to make way for a more personal and competitive 4v4, something the serious PvP community has been wanting for some time. We also got to see some of the new UI elements, team and enemy superchargers, and what subclasses they are using too. Very helpful information for knowing when to avoid a raging striker titan charging through the map. The new game mode we got to see was called Countdown. It's a search and destroy variant that has been Bungified to fit within the world and aesthetics of Destiny. One team is on defense and the other is attacking. The attacking team need to either successfully detonate the charge or kill all the other players on the team. The defending team need to kill the other team before a charge detonates, or they can defuse them. It sounds super fun. S&D was my favourite game mode in Call of Duty games back in the day. It looks like the revive system has been changed to a lives system rather than the timer getting longer each time you bite the dust. I do think that this system seems to be better in general. Also, another bit of cool info I read was that elemental damage weapons deal extra damage to guardians with their super fully charged. That's awesome. Now let's look at my number 2 spot, story. So we all joke about the lack of story in Destiny 1. Whether or not you enjoyed the story in the first game or not, there is no arguing that it was short-lived and lacking as much character that Bungie is usually spot on with in their previous IPs. It was a disappointment to say the least. I did enjoy the game as a whole. I enjoyed the little story we got. It was good if you read into the Grimoire, but that required you to break the immersion and look outside the game. This was ridiculous. Later we learnt that a lot of the original content was ripped from the game last minute, leaving a jigsaw with pieces missing. From what we saw in the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal, there seemed to be a much more fleshed out narrative. Even just looking at the first mission, it looked intense, epic, and gave the game some much needed character. Obviously we didn't see the entire story and can only go off what we saw and what they told us. They talked about the story being a longer, more cinematic experience with NPCs fighting by your side. That sounds amazing to me. Let's just hope that everything story and lore wise stays in game. Story helps us connect with our characters. It's what made Halo so popular, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So the thing I am most excited for in Destiny 2 is PC. Yeah. So we already knew Destiny 2 is coming to PC, but in the event we learned some more of the finer details. There is a lot of unanswered questions at the moment, but we will hear more in the coming weeks. So far we know it's going to have 4K support, 21:9 monitor support, adjustable field of view, unlocked frame rate up to 144 FPS, full keyboard and mouse support, along with rebindable keys. And most importantly, it's going to be exclusive to Battle.net. For those who don't know, Battle.net is Blizzard's game platform on PC. It's where you load up games such as World of Warcraft or Overwatch. Well, later this year, they will be adding Destiny 2 to that roster. The reason this is great news is because of how renowned Blizzard are for their client stability and its features. Cross-game chat, friends list, anti-cheat, and supposedly good support for updates, Blizzard are a brilliant choice for debuting on the PC. The reason PC is my number one is because I will be playing on PC only. That's right, I will be moving from Xbox One to PC for whenever it becomes available. I have been playing on PC for the majority of my games now, so the news that Destiny 2 is coming is like music to my ears. I will talk more about my thoughts on PC when more information drops, but for now I couldn't be more excited. So that's my list of things I am most excited for in Destiny 2 so far. Make sure to let me know what things you are most hyped for in the comments below. I will be doing a follow-up video about the things I am worried about, just in case you was wondering why I was being so one-sided in this video. The event as a whole was very impressive, however there are some underlying questions that confirm details that really do spark some concern. But as I said, I will get to that in my next video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye guys.